Hello friends, I am Manoj K, and any competitive examination is all about marks. Nothing more, nothing less, and UPSC is no exception about it. When I am saying UPSC, is main examination, I mean to say. In the main examination, barring or minus optional subject, it's a 1250 marks game, a GS plus essay. So there are certain areas where one can score a little bit higher, or you can say that there are certain areas which helps you to take edge over the others, because it's all about taking the edge. Even in the years where the marking is little bit, you can say tight and at the lower side, even then it is all about taking the edge, nothing else. So in the given scenario, you will find that ethics and essay is also area where you can take, or it helps you to take edge over the others. But the only problem, I will say, with these two papers are it's a time consuming. When I am saying this word time consuming, it's not in terms of the syllabus or the bulky nature of the syllabus, not at all. These two units, or these two, you can say the papers, basically tests your more and more thinking ability, expression. Obviously, the foundation is the content. Any perspective, analytical ability has to be tested on the basis of the content only. But the question is here that it takes little bit time to improve, for the improvement. Now, mains examination is due. I have realized the kind of desperation students are facing, because now they have very less time, very less time. And even if they are very sure what to do and what not to do, they are not able to apply because the time is very less. So anyone who is going to write next year, my sincere advice would be that you can say engage with these two papers, keeping in mind that a slow and steady, a practice-driven session will help you to develop a grip over it, these 500 marks. This is all about, you can say, is going to be the design of the program, that is ethics and essay, which is of 500 marks. Why I say that it takes little bit time? Because look at the ethics paper. If you go scan last 6-7 years question paper of ethics paper, section A as well as section B, you will realize that there are only 5 ways UPSC can frame questions. I'm not talking about the topic, content, etc., the design, etc. So my focus, my intent is basically to talk about the design. So number 1, the first one is abstract questions. Number 2, solution seeking. Number 3, thinkers, theory, etc. Number 4, which is core concepts based particularly on the topics given in the syllabus. They pick directly from the topic and then they frame questions. And the last is applied ethics, or ethics in certain context. Now, if you look at your preparation, most of the time you move around the keywords, picking from here and there, compiling it, and then you are trying to write exam or tests or exam where you feel little bit of difficulty when it is going to be testing your perspective, critical thinking, explanation, etc. So my suggestion would be that you please try to stretch this paper, and gradually you develop, or you practice in such a way that you develop mastery over these two subjects or these two areas. Similarly, if you take essay paper, it's also the same. You are more worried about the content, but you have content. You are reading so much of the things that you don't worry, you need not be worried about the content. It's more about one and only one thing, that how do you develop, you can say, skills of content and crafting. Because essay consists of two things, content and crafting. Content is all about, are you able to understand the exact demand of the question, and to you can say explain the meaning of the topic, what kind of aspect, dimensions you are able to see it. And crafting is all about the presentation part, expression, integration, cohesiveness, etc. So there are two components. Now, when I am saying all these things, you will realize that I am not focusing at all on the content, conceptual clarity, etc. It's basically about expression. It's basically about writing. It's also about content, because without content, you will write what you will write. What you will write. But if you are taking both the things hand in hand, means conceptual clarity and developing a content also at the same time, you are practicing to bring the more clarity in the expression, that would be a better approach. This is what I am trying to do in the ethics and essay masterclass, where it's basically a practice led session, practice driven program, where there are classes, mentorship, etc. But it's more, you can say, based on the practice. So this is all about, you can say, this program.